Oh, what's up, everybody? We're back and we are ready for more Bridge War. In fact, we're going to kick it up another notch today and we are going to play Bridge War Select. So let's hop into the battlefield and let's start battling, folks. So I'm already signed in. Once you sign in once, you're just in, folks. And notice, as a reminder, the war is going on all day and then it resets. All right, so this is going to be really relevant when I start playing Bridge War Extreme every day next week. You're going to be able to hop in and play the same hands as I'm playing and get to record your results. So I'm going to hop into Bridge War Select, our next version of this journey. We've done Bridge War, which is just our basic version, 7 tricks for victory. Bridge War Heroes, 8 tricks because we add a hero suit, meaning the Trump suit. BridgeWar Select just adds another piece of strategy to your journey and it gives you more control, which is what we have when we're playing real bridge. So here's what we get to do, folks. We get to not only decide what we play, but we'll get to decide how many tricks we need to take as a result of that decision. And here's how it goes. As we saw in the earlier versions, if we play without a trump suit, we're just going to be required to scrabble together 7 tricks. Okay? If we choose a hero suit, we're going to need to take 8 tricks. And how are we going to choose this? It's going to be hand specific, folks. And what we're going to be looking for most of the time, especially in our early versions of this game, is a fit. And what the heck is a fit? A fit means we have 8 or more cards in one of the suits. Sometimes we might have what we call a double fit, where we have 2 suits where we have 8 or more cards. When we have a good fit, and the bigger the fit is, the more likely it is we're going to be successful by using a hero suit, especially when we only have to take 8 tricks, folks. Playing suit contracts or hero contracts is much safer than playing no trump contract. Because think about it, when we don't have a hero suit or a trump suit, when they play cards, if they lead them and they just have winners in that suit, we have to lose all of them. However, if we have a hero suit, the more they lead them, if we're out, we get to use the hero suit every time and they can't hurt us by leading good cards in a suit we don't have a lot of. And let's look at the hand we're looking at right now. Let's hop in. Look at this. What do you think you would want to choose? Would you want to choose no hero suit, or would you want to choose one of those suits to use as your wild card or your trump suit? So without talking any bridge, clubs should jump out to you as an amazing choice. You have 5 clubs. Remember, you get both hands. You have 5 clubs in that north hand, 4 clubs in the south hand. Yo, winner, winner. That is awesome. And also, both of these hands, the north hand and the south hand, are what's called unbalanced. South has a real problem in the diamond suit, only one of them, and North has a real problem in the North suit, only one of them. Now, each player is kind of mitigating the risk by having reasonable cards on both sides here, but usually when you see hands like this, just in general, in a vacuum, right? And in our beginning of a bridge journey, that's where we are. We're in a kind of a vacuum. We're learning from the start. We want to have good rules as a starting point. When you're unbalanced like this, as the South player or the North player, finding a fit in a suit is big, right? And playing in that suit is safer. So here we're going to choose clubs. And we're going to start the duel. That's simple as that, right? All we did was choose clubs. And now notice it switches it for us. This is how bridge is done, folks. When we have a trump suit selected, when that dummy hand comes down, they put that trump suit all the way to the left. As far as everyone else looks at it, it's always all the way to the left. And here you can see as it's shaded, that's our wild suit. So we have 9 clubs. They have 4. That's awesome, right? That is an amazing amount of extra good stuff for us, okay? And what do we do with that? We make sure that they can't mess around with the trump suit at all. And here I'm going to do what's called draw trump, as we talked about in the previous video. Again, folks, if you haven't seen that, in the description of this video is a link to the previous 2 versions. If you're new to this and I'm confusing the heck out of you, go check out those first 2 videos, and you'll figure out what's dancing here. I just did something kind of quickly that I didn't really fill you in on. And again, this is more of an introduction to the game. You're going to get more strategy in future videos. But I want you to notice that I drew 2 rounds of trump. I played the ace of clubs. I played the king of clubs. The first time they both followed suit. The second time, only one player followed suit, and the queen is still out there. So what happened was we started with 9, and the opponents have only played 3, so there's one left out there. But it's the queen, which means it's always going to be a winner. It's the highest card left in the suit. And we love the hero suit, and we don't want to waste heroes. We don't do what the kings did and put the pawns out front and let them get eaten up in battle, right? We don't like that. We want to make sure we're the ones that hold on to most of our people, our heroes. We don't waste them, right? So if we played a hero now, a club, we would lose 100% to the queen, and we waste 2 heroes to get one of theirs. We don't like that transaction. So we're just going to leave it out there. We're going to force them to use it in a different way, and maybe it'll happen in hearts. And there it is. Are we upset about that? Not at all. They wasted one of their heroes. They didn't waste it. They're going to win it. But they used one of their heroes without making us waste 2 of ours. That was a good transaction. We played our heart suit and they played a hero, but it didn't matter. We shipped it into the victory category. Now they're playing another heart. We can win our queen here. And now we just have one loser left to go. We're going to lose to the ace of diamonds. And even if we wasted the king over there, we would still be able to use the trump suit in our hand. And I want you to notice we have the rest of the tricks. In fact, we have so many of them. We could really get wasted here. We could trump this even. In that case, the 5 of clubs would win it. But why would we need to? The queen was a winner. It's because we have an embarrassment of riches, folks. There it is. There is hand number 1 in the duel. I'm going to play one more for you, give you a taste of how this is going to go. Again, it'll give you this rule every time. Pick your journey. This is a fascinating one, folks. Take a peek. Whoa. Whew. So this is where the strategy is going to come in. We're looking, like I said, we're almost always looking for suits we have a fit in to choose whether we can play with a hero suit or not. But this takes a little bit of this is a weird hand because it's expert strategy right in your face at the beginning of your journey here. It's it's fascinating because if we choose no trump, right, which means we don't have a trump suit, look at all those spades in the north hand. Um, when will we get to take them if we don't have any spades in our hand? Right? The opponents aren't going to lead spades. I promise you that when they see that suit. So this is a really weird hand where we almost have to choose spades as our hero suit only because they're so good in the north hand. But if we don't choose spades, we're never going to take a spade trick, maybe, because we have to lead spades ourselves. And how do we win a trick in the north hand to lead spades? I don't know, man. I don't know if we can, right? The opponents would have to really help us. So this is a weird hand. Again, usually you're looking for 8 or more in a suit to play, but the benefit of this version of Bridge War is you get to see both hands, and we're going to head off a real disaster at the pass. In a real bridge sense, we may, without knowing, choose a bad contract here and play in what's called no trump, not have a no trump suit, not have a trump suit, and it's a disaster because we can't get to either side of the table. So we're going to choose spades, and in a rare occurrence, we're choosing spades when we literally have 0 spades in one hand. It's crazy, right? But it's right. No, that was lovely there. We're going to play the king of clubs. We're going to throw away a heart. I mean, we might as well keep dancing here. We're gonna just keep throwing away losers from dummy. That was wonderful, right? See what happened? They led a club for us, and we got to play winners clubs from our hand, and we just got to throw away those tiny little hearts over there. I'm gonna do that again, actually. I like that. And this is a fun way to draw trump. I'm gonna take a little spade finesse here. Oh, good. We got rid of the jack. And now what do? They play a heart. Okay, that's too bad. Maybe we could have done. I'm playing real bridge now. I'm thinking about the possibilities of extra, but I forget. All we need to do in this version, folks, is take 8 tricks. See what I did there, folks? I just won in that north hand over there because I played a heart from my hand, and I know I can see the north player, my dummy there, has no hearts whatsoever. So I used the hero suit, just a tiny one, just a tiny little spade, and that's enough to win anything. And now I'm going to get to the point. You're almost always, when you have a hero suit, you're almost always going to do this called drawing trump. And here we're drawing all the trump to completion. And then once we're done, and I can tell you I did a little math in my head and I realized we're done. Now we have the only trump left, and we'll wait until the end to take it. Or we'll play it right now. See the King of Hearts? Ooh, that's too bad. That hero suit takes you down. All right, folks. This is going to be a win for us. And I like this. It lets you play till the very end. BridgeWar Select is wonderful this way. I like it a lot. You play and you take as many tricks as you possibly can. And that is BridgeWar Select, folks. I'm going to let's choose the next deal. Okay. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to choose it. Okay. And you guys, if you see this video soon enough, you might be able to play it yourself. All right. So take a look north and south. The hands go together. Would you choose a hero suit or would you choose no trump, which means there anytime a card is played, the highest card played to that suit is the winner. So which do you think, folks? In fact, my gosh, this is a hand that we would call in bridge a grand slam, especially if you chose diamonds as your hero suit. Look at this hand. You have 9 diamonds between the north and south hands. And you have the perfect shape, and you also have very few losers because look at those hearts in the north hand. Look how bad they are. 10, 9, 8, 5, 3. But what do you get to do with them? You get to play a heart from north and play a hero card from south once you get rid of the ace of hearts. You also have so many winners on both sides of the table. It's going to be an easy run. So honestly, no trump might not be terrible for you either, to be fair, but diamonds would be your most amazing spot. Perfecto. All right, folks, that's BridgeWar Select. Get dancing. Practice, practice, practice. I want you to play whatever version you're the most comfortable with. So if BridgeWar Select is kind of boggling your mind and you're not so comfortable with it, you'd rather they choose the trump suit for you, take a step down, keep practicing at just BridgeWar Heroes. If that's too crazy for you, go back to regular BridgeWar. Keep taking tricks, folks. Keep building up that memory. You're gonna be dancing at the top level sooner than you think. I'll see you next time, folks, for BridgeWar Extreme.